Hey everyone, Sammy Rose here for City Beat Live, and I am on the beautiful island of Catalina at, you guessed it, the Catalina Film Festival. Even though it's light out, we are amongst the stars, on the red carpet, in the midst of the action, talking to guests like Andy Garcia, William H. Macy, Emmy Rossum, and much, much more. Let's take a look at what they have to say. Hey, I'm Sammy Rose here for City Beat Live, and I am standing next to the writer-director of one of the horror short films,
El-Helou.
Carrie, thanks for stopping in with us. Can you tell us what exactly your project is all about?
Yeah, what we did is we made a horror short that is sort of a tease introduction to this new slasher we created. And the idea is to create a modern day slasher. So we upgraded the artillery and made him all crazy with this mechanical arm, and it was lots of fun.
Wow, so robots?
Not robots, but he does have a mechanical weapon that he uses with a lot of toys on it.
That sounds complicated. Definitely a change from some of the old horror films.
Yeah.
Where do you get your inspiration from?
Well, I'm a huge horror fan, and growing up on the classic horror, I felt like I should try and make a modern version of it. So we got a little crazy with it and tried to have as much fun and get the horror fans excited. So
Awesome. Well, thanks for stopping in with us.
thank you very much.
Hey everyone, Sammy Rose here for City Beat Live, and I am flanked by three tall, handsome gentlemen. Please say what's up to our audience.
Hello, audience.
What's up?
Hi, how are you?
All right, and can you introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about the projects you're working on right now?
Yes, my name is Teff Smith, and I am the producer and co-producer of Carolina Parakeet, which is being featured at this festival.
I had the blessing and privilege of working as a lead actor in this film. It's a remarkable film. It's a drama wrapped in zombie clothing. It's shocking, it's penetrating, it captivates you, it entertains you, it makes you think. It's a great film.
All the storylines here are amazing. And yourself?
Nathan Hopkins, I'm the co-producer with Teft as well for Carolina Parakeet.
Great. And then I know that, you all have your own perspectives, but what was the most interesting thing that happened on set during these projects?
I would say just the collaboration of, getting a bunch of people. What we do, the guys who created the film, is we do visual effects for feature films, and
Right.
we kind of wanted to see the other aspect of making a film and get away from being behind the desk and actually create a film. And so we got our writer-director and then Nate and I, and we decided to take a stab at making a film, and we were blessed with what we came up with our talent, with our crew, and we've just been, taking it around, and it's been doing well.
How did they find you?
That was remarkable, actually. I was on a audition, and this actor they paired us up. And afterward, I'm walking to the bus, he's walking to his car. He says, you know what, I direct as well as act. He says, I'm writing something, I think you'll like it. Cut to the chase. A friend of his saw my reel at his house, and that friend knows these guys and knows the writer-director, and they called me. And that's how it happened.
Very much destiny then. And then I know you're more behind the scenes with what you do, but what was it like working with these two?
Well, Teft I actually work with on a day-to-day basis.
Okay.
Miles is phenomenal. Actually seeing him in front of the camera doing his craft, it just blew me away. Working with Teft, it can get strenuous sometimes, but he's a good friend, so we have a pretty good camaraderie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, gentlemen. I look forward to seeing your projects.
Thank you.
Thank you. Awesome. Sammy Rose here for City Beat Live, and I'm standing next to Khan, who actually is the writer, producer, and director. Am I correct?
That's correct, yes. Have I know you?
Well, I'm here for City Beat Live, but that's pretty much it. But can you tell me a little bit about your project right now, your short?
Yeah, the film is about the cult of personality and also the distortion of media these days. And what we decided to do is, with all these things going on with reality television and all the rest of it, we decided to create a character out of nothing.
Right.
And we shot in the streets of Rome. And we followed them around with cameras, and we created a character. And we didn't lie about the character at all. We used the person's real name.
Wow.
And we became a celebrity in one day. They gave us freebies in hotels, they gave us taxi rides for free, they gave us press for free.
Wow.
They asked us when we went to the Hotel Boscolo, which is a famous hotel in Rome, George Clooney and Brad Pitt to stay here. And we said, yes, we know who they are also. So they upgraded our suites, and we just filmed the fact that they actually did an article in a British newspaper about children from 14 to 17, and they asked them, what do you want to be when you grow up? And they said that we want to be famous. And they said, what do you want to be famous at? I don't care, I just want to be famous.
Wow. Wow.
So that's sort of what's going on these days, and that's what the film's about. And we've now been accepted to 30 festivals in the last 2 months. So
That's crazy. It's a very timely theme. And so I have to ask, shooting in Rome, I've
Yeah.
never been, but what was the most different aspect of it?
well, Rome is a mad city. You get a lot of strikes there all the time. And actually, the day before we were shooting there was a massive general strike. And of course, after the general strike, there was a protest after that. So to shoot in Rome was absolute mayhem. But the fact is, they thought we were famous. So during the shoot in front, we had all these police officers pulling, all these cars aside for us and clearing lanes of traffic. So the aspect of filming in Rome can be a lot crazy, but it ended up being great for the film. It's fantastic.
I was just going to ask, are we going to get to see some of that riot and protesting?
Some of it, yes, yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for
Well, thank you
stopping in.
too.
I look forward to seeing your project.
Well, it's a pleasure. Pleasure to meet you also.
Hey everyone, Sammy Rose here for City Beat Live, and I'm standing here with the triple threat of the film Water Dog.
Hello.
Hi. Can you tell me your name and a little bit about the project you're working on right now?
Yeah, my name is Matt Slamwitz. The film I did is called Water Dogs. It's a short film about a homeless man who becomes one of New York City's most popular hot dog vendors.
That's so timeless. Now, is it a comedy? Is it...
It's more of a drama with some comedic parts to it.
Okay, so a dark comedy.
Not dark, no. Nothing crazy happens. No death.
No death.
No death. Just uplifting, delicious hot dogs.
Awesome. What was the best part of working on this movie on set?
Being able to shut down streets of New York, and my actor was absolutely fantastic.
Wow.
This is my first film with him, first film in total, in general, and he was absolutely great to work with, and I had just a really talented cast and crew, and it was definitely a great experience.
That's amazing. What was the inspiration for the film, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I've lived in New York City for about 3 years, and you walk around, you see all sorts of things. I knew I wanted to do a story about a homeless man, and one time I'm walking by, and there's this halal cart with this line of 30 to 40 people standing in line, and I walk up to someone, I ask them, what are you waiting for? And they go, oh, it's the best sauce in Manhattan. I go, why? And they go, I don't know, but it is. And that kind of got the wheels turning, and I thought of this idea for secret ingredient and a homeless man.
That's wonderful. Well, it's an interesting storyline. What are you looking forward to seeing to tonight?
Sorry, say that again?
What are you looking forward to seeing to tonight?
Well, I'm looking forward to see William H. Macy's new movie.
Oh, yeah, Rudderless.
Yes, very looking forward to it. And being back in this theater, I was here last night. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I can't wait to be in there again.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for stopping in with us.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Hey, I'm Sammy Rose for City Beat Live, and I am standing with the very talented
Nathan D. Snyder.
Nathan D. Snyder. Can you tell me a little bit about the project? I've seen posters everywhere over the island. I know everyone else has too, so tell me more.
Yeah, sure. This was it here as Player of the Game. It's about an autistic boy who's growing up in the South, and he discovers his love for baseball, and then kind of like the hands of fate swoop in and lead him to his ultimate destiny, which is to be the first major league pitcher. First mentally disabled major league pitcher.
Wow, that's such an uplifting story.
It is. It's a very inspiring sports story.
But I'm sure full of heartbreak and tragedy.
Oh, totally, definitely.
So I have to ask, what was the inspiration behind this for you?
The inspiration was my love for baseball, first off. But also when I was a kid, I grew up playing baseball in my backyard, just like by myself, hitting the ball over the fence, and whenever, that'd be like a home run, right, hitting over the fence.
Yeah.
And my neighbor was an autistic kid, and he would throw the ball back over. And so I wouldn't have to even go and retrieve it. And he would just do this literally all day. It was like, like a repetition kind of like routine for him. So he would just throw it over, and then I'd hit it back over, and literally like all day, all summer, like it was just a great experience.
That's amazing. Now, do you feel like this is really giving insight to awareness for autism?
Yeah, I totally do think. Like Major League Baseball has Autism Awareness Days. Each of the 30 teams have a whole night where they dedicate to autism. They have a whole on the field beforehand. They have a big presentation, and they have kids come out, and a lot of players support that. The players that also have autistic kids too.
Well, we here at City Be Light also support that, and it's a great message.
It is, definitely.
Thank you so much for stopping in with us.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. All right, Sammy Rose here for City Beat Live, and I am with my film alter ego, Sammy. Hi, Sammy.
Sam's fine.
Sam's fine? Thanks
Yeah,
for
you have to
stopping.
know me from when I was very little to call me Sammy.
Oh, okay.
So you've already crossed the line.
Oh, uh-oh. Well,
That's okay.
I'll try not to do that again.
That's okay.
But can you tell me a little bit more about your very long title, interesting film that you have going on?
Yeah, I did the Ghost Pepper Eating Contest of Jefferson County. I do short comedies of smart people doing stupid things for no apparent reason.
So everyday life?
No. It's the opposite of everyday. Everyday life, you're doing something you don't want to do, and you're around people you probably don't want to be around. This is what you do in the rare moments you have time to yourself. So you do something random and stupid, but really, really fun.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It sounds like a very intimate movie then.
No, it's a public event. It was a hot pepper eating contest, and people are just eating peppers one after another, and the winner gets $150, and the loser goes to the hospital.
Now, did you try any of the peppers yourself?
No, I'm not crazy. I would never do that. I did bring some if anyone wants any, but I would never.
Oh, well, I'm going to have to pass on that. But what was the most interesting moment on set for you? I'm sure there were plenty.
Oh, well, the most interesting moment on set would have to be there's a finale, and there are two people going head to head at the end, and it's sort of like they're playing a game of chicken with the hottest pepper in the world. So they're each eating one pepper after another, and they actually got within one pepper of the Guinness record for most number of ghost peppers eaten.
That is a different kind of talent. So interesting to hear about. We look forward to seeing it later.
Very cool.
Thank you so much for stopping in with us.
All right, thank you very much.
Hey everyone, Sammy Rose here for City Beat Live, and I'm standing next to the lovely Mika. Mika, can you say hello to our audience and introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Mika Boorem. I'm here at the Catalina Film Festival having a fantastic time.
Tell me a little bit more about the project you're working on right now, Mika.
So I had a short film that I produced and I act in that was here at the film festival called Awake, and then apart from that, I'm working on directing now. I've been acting since I was little, and so I've kind of ventured into the whole directing world of things. It's really exciting. It's a lot of work, but it's super exciting.
I was going to say that's so different from what you've previously done. What do you find the most challenging about it?
It's just a beautiful experience to be involved from the inception and then to follow it all the way through and decide, where to take it in terms of distribution and all of that. It's fun. It's fun versus I feel like with acting you kind of show up and, you're a paint in someone else's canvas, and this you're kind of like a painter with a paintbrush.
You're the sculptor.
Yeah, exactly.
I get it, absolutely. What are you most excited to take on next? Directing, acting, anything?
Directing, well, okay, so I'm going to do both.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, I'm doing comedy. It's called Hollywood Hustle, and it's a comedy where it's a mockumentary style, and I act, direct it, and I'm producing it.
Wow, you have no limits. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good for you. Thank you so much for stopping in with us.
Thanks.
All right. Sammy Rose here for City Beat Live, and I'm standing next to the lovely dressed Miss. Can you introduce yourself
Yes,
for the
you
camera?
certainly may. I'm Karen Kramer, Stanley Kramer. We're giving the award to William H. Macy this evening for his career and for his lovely film that we're going to debut tonight.
That's so exciting.
So we're very pleased about that, and Kat and I were here last year when
Oh,
we established the Stanley Kramer Social Artist Award.
wonderful. And do you feel like it's grown since last year?
My goodness, I can't believe this. Last year it was great, but this year is overwhelming. And of course we weren't in this facility either. We were on the street and they built a beautiful stage. The moon was out, it was great, Kat sang, and we gave it to Sharon Stone last year for her work as an activist. And that was really lovely. But tonight, they come a long way. And we love Catalina. I always say it's like going to the south of France, except it's so closer.
Except closer and a little bit more convenient. I
It
would
is at
agree.
that, for certainly.
What are you looking forward to tonight other than giving the award?
I want to see his film. It's his directorial debut.
Right, a
And,
musical, right?
We've been talking about that. It has music in it. I don't know if it's a musical, but
Okay.
it has music in it. And so naturally, I always think that actors make the best directors.
Yes.
Anyway, I don't know that Mr. Macy would agree with me on that, but I really do feel that they have a certain sensitivity to actors, and they bring out the best performances in them.
Wonderful.
So I have a lot of hope for him.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for stopping in with us.
My pleasure, and thank you so much too. Enjoy your night.
Thank you. All right. Sammy Rose here for City Beat Live, and I am standing next to the very talented Mr. William H. Macy. Mr. Macy, thanks so much for stopping in with us.
My pleasure.
You have done so much. You have a plethora of projects underneath your belt, and tonight is actually the debut, the directorial debut of your film Rudderless. Can you tell me a little bit more about it?
I'd wanted to direct for a while. It took a long time to set up. People get very nervous before they write million-dollar checks. They want to make sure that you know what you're doing. Yeah, isn't that odd? And I'm proud of it. Tonight is significant. It hasn't screened for that many people. I'm pretty sure it's good, but we'll see tonight, won't we?
Right. And I was pleasantly surprised to learn that it was actually music soaked.
It's a ton of music in it.
Right, and that was actually a curveball for me, but you apparently have a lot of music in your upbringing. Can you tell me more about it?
I got into this business when my brother taught me to play a guitar at age 14, and he taught me a very off-color song, which I sang in my high school. And I went from this weird redheaded kid who was shy to BMOC with just one off-color song. And it got me into the business. Thank you, Fred. And I love music. I sing all the time. Although when I sing, people turn on the radio. It's very rude, but they don't realize they're doing it. I start singing, they say, "You want to hear music?" And they turn on the radio.
Oh, I have the same problem.
Yeah, right. I play guitar. Ukulele is my passion. I play uke a lot, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a great instrument.
Who are some of your favorite artists?
I grew up in the golden age of rock and roll,
Oh,
long before his time. Who do I like? Randy Newman.
Randy Newman, huh?
He hung the moon. So Rudderless has a lot of music. I think one of the reasons I was attracted to the script is that there is so much music in it. There's 6 songs, and they're really good.
Really catchy, huh?
Yeah, you're gonna dig them.
But so now that you've done directing, you've done acting, you've done pretty much everything there is to do, what do you see yourself focusing in on next?
Directing.
Directing,
I
okay.
really like it. My wife, rather shockingly, said, "Now that you're in your 3rd act," and she said something else, but I couldn't get past the fact that I'm in my 3rd act, which are notoriously short.
Only the wife can get away with saying that.
Yeah, and also it's true. I love directing.
Yeah.
I have another film set up that I'll shoot in February. It's called Crystal. I like telling the story. I like being in charge.
Yeah.
That's all I want to do now.
That's amazing. Well, congratulations on your ventures, and we look forward to seeing your films in the future.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. Sammy Rose here for City Beat Live, and I'm standing next to Hollywood royalty, Mr. Roman Coppola. Thanks so much for stopping in with us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you are actually the driving force behind one of my favorite movies ever, Moonrise Kingdom.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I love your take on everything. It's so unique. How do you manage to highlight the strangeness in everyday life that other people tend to overlook?
That's a good question. I think it's just a matter of taste. You're drawn to certain things. I love things that are unusual, things that are playful, things that surprise you. So those are the types of things that you tend to think about when you're writing or preparing something. So I'm a person that likes fun things, and so I choose to work in that setting.
Right. So I noticed some of the cast you pick are really quirky, intelligent characters, like Bill Murray, one of my favorite people of all time.
He's the best. Yeah, he's such a joy to work with and to call a friend. He's a great guy.
Absolutely. Where do you get your creative inspiration from?
Many places. I obviously seeing old movies. I'm an avid fan of collecting art books and things like that.
Right.
But I'm just a curious person that's open to experiences. So accepting this invitation to come here and seeing this beautiful setting, it's all things that inspire me. So it's not just any one place.
Wonderful. Well, last question for you, but speaking of unusual themes, I know that you have a new TV series you're venturing into, Mozart in the Jungle.
Yeah.
Sex, drugs, and classical music. Can you please explain?
Well, I'm glad you asked. It's kind of a fun show that's coming out in January, December, January, and it's set in the world of classical music, but it's a portrait of the people, the passionate people that are making that music, and the conductors and the players and all the behind-the-scenes stuff. And so it's not a fussy, staid show. It's a little wilder, and people are, fighting with each other and dealing with passionate artistic stuff. So it should be a fun show, and check it out in January.
Well, if it's anything like your previous work, and I know it definitely is, I am looking forward to it. Thank you so much for stopping in with us.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I know. I saved this for you. Music was always you guys' thing. More that I know that I want to go home.
Knock, knock. Hello. That song was awesome. There have to be others. Someone ought to play them. We could play them.
You're my sidekick, you're my alibi, you're my right-hand man. Could I make you understand? I don't know.
Think you guys could put together enough songs to play a full set?
Voila! Not bad, huh?
Let there be music and let there be thrills. You don't like the silence and you never will.
You are a godsend. Yeah, what you doing for that boy?
Oh, God.
The faster we go, don't try to wait it, just hold on and never let go.
Hey, Sammy Rose here for City Beat Live on the beautiful island of Catalina, ending at the Catalina Film Festival. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and stay tuned.
City Beat Live, brought to you by the Frida Cinema, Rip Horror Film Fest, It's LA Film Fest, My Media Muse,